Hello and welcome to Find Out Nation. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie,
I'm one of your hosts, Nicole.
and we're here to talk about what happens when a nation starts fucking around and finding out. It is a summer, so it's been a couple of weeks. A lot has gone on. And
We literally said at the end of the last one, you were like, there's not much happening. We've made the right decision to do this every 2 weeks. Like,
I know.
oh, god
And,
damn, did everything blow the fuck up in the last two
well,
weeks?
and okay, so our top story this evening, Lindsey Graham is no longer with us, has
R.I.P.
departed the earth. He
Yes.
died on July 11th. He just turned 71 years old on the 9th, which that was surprising to me. I did not realize that
That
he
he
was
was only
only
that old?
71.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He apparently died of an aortic dissection
Dissection.
due to arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease. It's apparently a life-threatening medical emergency where a tear occurs in the inner wall of the aorta. Reading his Wikipedia page, his father also died of a heart attack at 68.
So it's super interesting because this is what killed John Ritter, and his brother went and got scanned
Yeah.
because every man in John Ritter's family died young from their one and only heart attack. And what they didn't know until John Ritter died is that it was this aortic dissection. So then his brother went and got scanned for it, and he had it. And they ended up doing a surgery to save his life
Wow.
before it could rupture. So,
How
and
did
all
they-
of his sons have had a scan done.
Is it like an MRI that you have to do?
I don't know. I kind of assume it's maybe similar to like the one that Jamie had done when they found his aneurysm.
Yeah.
You know, something along those lines. Yeah. So I think it is like hereditary, like it's a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump has been talking a lot about him. So we'll say that his sister, which his sister is Darlene, is taking his seat in the Senate.
Which what the F?
In all fairness, she does have governmental experience. I guess she's worked on boards with the blind and worked on different things with the blind. So she does have some experience, although it's odd. It feels like to just be like, oh, I died. Here, give it to my sibling.
Sister. Right.
But okay, whatever. Of course, Trump's taking credit for it.
Of course he is.
Of course. Oddly, the FBI has said that it's assisting the local police in the investigation into his death. Even Donald Trump is like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, nobody thinks,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Laura Loomer does. Laura
I
Loomer's
know.
out here on the interwebs talking about the conspiracy theories
I know. She thinks that he got poisoned.
by Russia because he'd just been in Ukraine. I'm
Right.
like, Russia ain't fucking around with Lindsey Graham because they don't care.
Right. But yeah, Laura Loomer's going on podcast talking about him being poisoned by foreign adversaries. And of course, like conspiracy theories abound. But with
Yeah.
that said, Donald Trump, who was described as Lindsey's best friend,
Which,
right?
yikes.
Because like during the 2016 presidential campaign, like Lindsey Graham was clearly not a fan. He was not a fan in any way, shape, or form.
No.
And then Donald Trump goes on Fox and Friends, and they're like, "How you holding up?" He's like, "Well, it is rough losing Lindsey. I mean, he would call me. In fact, he called me so much, I finally had to tell him not to call me anymore." And I'm like,
Oh my God.
If you ever said that to me about
Oh
me,
my God.
I would haunt your ass. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, bitch, you think I was noisy when
Right.
I was alive? You're about to regret your decisions."
Well, I just don't like, I'm not sad that Lindsey Graham's dead. He was a
No.
warmonger.
Yes.
He spent his whole time as a closeted gay man who did everything in his power to keep that community down and vote against, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I don't
Oh, yeah.
have any patience for Lindsey Graham, and I have no sympathy for the fact that he is
No.
dearly departed. But the fact that he was literally best friends with John McCain
Yes.
and couldn't wait to put Trump's whole fucking boot in his mouth
Yep.
just to have
100%.
proximity to power.
Yes. to your point, the man literally sold his soul.
Yes.
Like when I think about how, like to your point, Lindsey Graham has done some good things, some bad things. I of course don't agree with him politically on most things. And I appreciated the fact that he had a military, background, that he served, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, I hated his politics. But the fact that, number one, exactly to your point, like the first thing I think you said to me when Lindsey Graham died was RIP to his Grindr account. And I was like, oh, 100%. I cracked
Did you
up. I was
see
like,
the Grindr put their flag at half staff out in front of their
no,
office?
they did not.
Yes. Yes.
I love
Sure
that so much. I
Sure
love that so much.
did.
Yeah, to your point, the man was obviously a closeted homosexual who could not deal with his homosexuality and did everything he could. But a lot of people do that. I get it. It is what it is. But the fact that he literally sold his soul, he was not a dumb person in my mind. And the fact that
very calculating.
Yes. And the fact that he towed the Donald Trump line so heavily, like, go fuck yourself. Go fucking fuck yourself.
And he finally got the war with Iran on behalf of Israel that he's wanted for a very long time. Yes. He pushed for this entire thing, all of Trump's first presidency. And there was enough smart people in there that were like, we're not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Besides saying that Lindsey called him too often, the Fox and Friends appearance, because this was on Jon Stewart, was like, Trump said he didn't have a very good golf game. He was a workaholic that worked too much, that he ran a nasty presidential campaign against him. Like,
wow.
He said not anything nice.
Nice.
Like it was,
but they're supposedly best friends.
Right.
Like, how do you not have one kind thing? Well, because Trump doesn't have one kind thing to say about anybody. But I'm just like, this is so, what the fuck? Like, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a wow.
But I did not have it on my bingo card. That is not at all who I thought was going to, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, no.
I did not have him on.
To that
Dick
point,
Durbin would have been on my bingo card before Lindsey Graham.
So to that point, like Jon Stewart talked on the Daily Show this last week about how elderly our Congress really is.
Oh, it's the worst.
Of the average age of a senator right now is 64, and the average age of the member of a House is 58. But there are 120 members of Congress older than 70 years old. 20 of them are over 80. And we have had 8 motherfuckers die in office in the last 2 years. 8.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
I know.
I mean, I knew the majority of them were crusty and old, but I like to hear it in hard numbers.
Yes. And Nancy Pelosi, when asked a while ago about like the age thing, she says, well, it's the value is the history, the knowledge, the experience that we bring. But the joke Jon Stewart made is this has been the least productive Congress we have ever had.
Oh, yeah.
And he's right. Like for a bunch of supposed experts and, they're so knowledgeable.
What
and
are
blah,
you
blah,
doing?
blah, they're not getting dick all done. They're getting nothing done.
No.
The only thing getting done is Donald Trump signing his executive orders, but everything else, nothing is getting done.
Yeah.
And the legislation they do happen to pass, like release the Epstein files, nobody's complying with anyway.
Exactly.
Love this journey for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I realized that I skipped
the countdowns.
I
was going to say something later, but it's totally fine.
So we're going to do it now. I may edit it and flip it, but for now,
okay.
Nicole,
yes,
can you give us
the countdown?
I
can.
I should have theme music that's like dun dun.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. We have 109 days to the midterms.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, 109 days.
That's coming up.
I know.
Oh.
I know. In 10 days, bitch, we'll be under 100 days.
Right.
We will be in double digits.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. We are 542 in to this.
Okay, but that feels good.
Like that we're so far in.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard today something like we're 30 months out.
because so that seems doable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To think about it like that. Yeah.
Yes. And like to your point, I like even 540 whatever is almost 600, which means we're almost halfway done with this bullshit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. And we are 138 days into Iran.
Yes, the Iran, which we are now fully out of the ceasefire. We are absolutely bombing the shit out of everyone. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes.
Okay, so Lindsey Graham has died.
Lindsey Graham, R.I.P.
We R.I.P. Lindsey Graham.
Yes.
And then the one that we probably really thought was probably dead.
Yes.
And remember, okay, so we reported this out 2 weeks ago, and you said there's this conspiracy theory that like what's happened with Mitch McConnell. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, okay. Mitch McConnell's missing.
He literally, this is like Shelley Miscavige from the Church of Scientology.
Yeah. It's crazy.
This photo that has come out is not enough proof of life for me.
Well, and did you see today? Okay, so for anyone who's been living under a rock, Mitch McConnell had a health emergency a few weeks ago. And basically he fell inside his home, was unconscious. The ambulance came and got him. He went to the hospital, and apparently he contracted, his office is saying he contracted pneumonia while he was there and was able to recover. They say he recovered quickly, and yet he's still in the rehabilitation center. So I'm like, okay. They have not confirmed why he fell or what caused him to fall. They haven't confirmed at all what his current medical conditions are that he's being treated for. But every GOP person in America signed up and lined up to say that they had a 20-minute converation with him.
Such a bunch of
some
fools.
of them were like, miraculously, he now agrees with all of my my legislation and beliefs, and he is completely different from how I used to be. Miraculously,
yes.
In order to assuage people from believing that he is dead, they've been releasing statements via electronic communication. And so then they release a picture. The first picture that they release is like clearly AI. Like he's in a button-down shirt and jeans in a chair sitting in his living room. Like
it's a bizarre picture. Like they're trying to make it look like he's sitting in a chair in this rehab facility, like his hands on a newspaper in a weird way.
Okay. So that's a second picture because
that's the only one I've seen.
So the second picture, because now like there's a GOP senator that came out and was like, yeah, that was an old picture. So we don't think it was real, blah, blah, blah. So to your point, there's only really the one confirmed picture. And yes, it's him and his wife sitting next to each other. And either he's in a chair or the bed, but someone pointed out there are incontinence pads under him.
Oh.
And which I didn't notice, but then when I went back and looked at the picture, you could see them.
Okay.
They're supposedly a current day's newspaper. And like you say, he's got his hand on it. Okay. And his wife is perfectly happy and looks fabulous, right?
And
like
he does too.
Smiling, yes.
Heavily airbrushed. He doesn't look anything like he used to.
Not at all. Like, yes, this bitch is on TikTok filters for sure.
Yes.
100%. Okay. And like weird shit happened right after, right? Like his wife the day after flew to China. She said she was on a philanthropic.
And she was gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like this has been like a month now.
Yes. She was supposedly on philanthropic endeavors, but then her picture was taken with like the vice president of China or whatever. And like all sorts of weird shit. And then she comes home and I guess there have been a bunch of like home improvements done at their house now. So like they replaced all their carpet. They replaced some linoleum. Like,
What? Well, and I know like it was real convenient that the photo came out when it did because Andy Bashir had come out a day or two before and said, I'm calling somebody or I'm coming to the hospital or whatever. We have no representation.
Right.
And if they're doing this to prevent us being able to put somebody in the spot, that it's like August 3rd or August something. There's a date in early August that if they announce it before then, they have to do a runoff or a primary, whatever the fuck it is. And then like a day or two later, here's this proof of life photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
It is insane. So then today They released, did you see the picture of his wife
No.
today?
No.
My bitch. It is 106 degrees
Shut up.
where they are right now. She is in a long, thick trench coat, mask on, glasses on.
Because
Okay.
she's been in China or what? Like, I don't understand.
This is her leaving the rehabilitation center, supposedly, after visiting him. Okay.
Okay.
If the picture that we saw was real, why
Yeah.
wasn't she wearing a mask in that picture?
Sitting right next to him. Right.
Sitting right next to him if she's wearing a mask
Which
today.
would make total sense because he's going to
Absolutely.
be
She's
highly
been on a fucking
susceptible.
plane. That's right.
Yeah.
And he supposedly has pneumonia.
Yeah.
So clearly the picture is bullshit. And why is she in a ridiculously long, thick trench coat with sunglasses and a mask?
Right. Like she's Carmen Sandiego.
Bitch.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
100%. 100%.
Oh, it's a navy trench coat.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's a navy thick ass
What
trench
the
coat.
fuck?
Yeah. TMZ reported it yesterday. Yahoo News reported it yesterday.
Yeah.
And again, I will say it is 106 degrees there. And it's not even like evening time, nothing.
Right.
It is the middle of the afternoon. She's in full sun, 106 degrees. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
What the fuck?
I know.
The whole thing. And this is what I hate about this fucking administration because it makes me feel like I'm a psycho conspiracy theorist with the rest of them. But
Mark,
it
myself,
doesn't add up.
Said it. Exactly right. Is that the thing that makes me the most angry about this administration is the fact that I'm becoming a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, that I don't trust anything.
Absolutely not. But in all fairness, like, how can you trust this? It's
that's true.
Just insanity.
Because they just do shady shit like this all the time.
Exactly correct. Exactly correct.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe she has this new outbreak of cyclospora. Have you heard about this?
Oh, girl, it's all we've talked about in our house because I've tried to I was explaining it to Riley and all that kind of stuff. And, I was like, we're not eating any, produce that I can't cook. We're not buying any fruits that we don't peel. Like right now, they don't know where it's coming from. Thanks, Trump, to laying off everybody at the CDC.
So to your point, that's exactly right.
We have no idea. It's a massive outbreak in like 31 or 32 states.
I think it's up to 30. It's 32 or 33 now because I think
we finally had our first reportings in Missouri today.
Oh, did we really?
Mm-hmm.
I knew
we had like one or two reported today.
Oh, Jesus. Mm-hmm. This is why I don't eat healthy shit. But so for anyone living under a rock, cyclospora is the new parasite that is sweeping the country and causing
storming the nation.
It's literally storming. It's causing explosive diarrhea, bouts of explosive diarrhea that are lasting, I guess, like days and weeks. Yeah. Nausea, vomiting, muscle fatigue, like the whole fucking thing.
It's bad.
It's so bad that I heard on the Daily Show that Taco Bell is removing some of its ingredients for fears that it's spreading it, and it's terrible. But to your point, the CDC has come out and said we had funding for monitoring for this type of parasitic invasion, and all of that funding was cut, and we don't have the resources now to fight it. And so,
well, just like the thing with the screwworm.
Good luck. Yes,
that's happening in the cattle.
The thing with the screwworm. Yes.
Like this is what fucking happens when we cut these agencies.
That's exactly correct.
We end up with the explosive shits.
That and so now we're also, I mean, I'm sure you've seen, we just talked about the record heat. We're seeing wildfires. 2 were killed over the weekend in floods in Texas. We're seeing all sorts of weather related issues that are coming up in the U.S. Luckily, where we are in Kansas City, we have been extremely blessed to not have any major issues as of yet. But with that said, there's not money for FEMA. We're cutting climate change research. We're cutting emergency funds for, dealing with these types of tragedies this. To your point, this is what happens. This is why federal departments, and so I heard today that they're trying to figure out a way to deal with student loans and they can't figure out how to create a new loan program without a Department of Education.
Oh,
Like,
shocker.
dumb fuckers. That's why
we had one.
there. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Like the comedy of errors, Nicole.
Yeah.
Like, it starts with explosive diarrhea, but it ends with 2 people dying in a fucking flood because the weather service doesn't have enough money to warn people.
Yes.
Holy fucking shit, there are floods coming, dumbasses.
Get to higher
ground. Yes.
Yeah. And we can't send people to school to get the education to work at the CDC or to work for the National Weather Service because we dismantled the Department of Education and can't figure out how to get them loans.
That's right.
Because the cost of higher education is through the fucking roof.
That is exactly correct. Yes, ma'am.
It's all a cascading effect.
It is all a cascading effect of dumb shittery.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, God. All right. Well, speaking of dumb shittery.
Oh, God.
So again, we are back to bombing Iran.
Yes.
You said today we're 132 days in, which is 100% correct. We are still we've started again. We're on our 4th day of bombing Iran again.
Yeah, something like that.
It basically came out that this was all over the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. I don't know if you read this or not.
Oh, God.
But Trump and his entire administration says the reason they're bombing Iran is because Iran wants to put in the toll for any boats going through the Strait of Hormuz. They say they control the waterways, so they want to put in a toll. So we're saying, absolutely not. We're going to bomb the shit out of you because you can't do that. Trump came out and said, you know what? For being guardians of the safe passageway through the Strait of Hormuz, we're going to start charging a 20% toll.
Oh, my God. Payable directly to me, Donald J. Trump.
Indeed.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. And he called us the guardians of the Strait of Hormuz. And
not the guardians of the galaxy.
Exactly.
Guardians of the Strait. Got it.
Yes. And so it's like, okay, so the Strait of Hormuz was free. There was no toll.
Right.
Until we went in and declared war. Then Iran decided to put the toll in place, to which we put a barricade in place for the purpose of saying you absolutely will not charge for the Strait of Hormuz. And for us to enforce that, we're going to charge to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Like, at this point, it's comical. But Nicole, here's what's really comical. Guess how much the war is now costing us?
Oh, fuck me. I don't probably even want to goddamn know. Oh, I don't. Tell me.
80 to 100 billion with a B dollars.
Oh my God. That's not even real money.
Number.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Oh my God. I did see where he said, I don't know if he was questioned about this or if he just said it. I don't fucking know. But he said that this is a new war. So it has restarted the 60-day clock on the war powers. So he doesn't have to go to Congress and get permission for this.
I love this journey for him. I mean, how convenient. And of course, Congress is not going to enforce anything.
Not going to do anything. Mm-mm.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Okay, new war. Well, I wonder what they're going to call it.
Oh, that's true. We've had several.
I mean, in all fairness, that's the one like ray of light in this whole thing is that they're going to have to come up with something other than Operation Epic Thunder or whatever the fuck it was.
Epic Fury, so. Epic Thunder. Maybe that's what they call it, though.
Yeah, maybe Epic Thunder.
Yeah.
Which, yes. Okay. So here's the other thing. We all know that this war was started because Israel wanted us to go to war with Iran and to deflect from the Epstein files. I told you earlier before we got on camera that JD Vance went on Joe Rogan on his podcast.
Yeah.
Spent 3 hours. I have not, I'm going to have to get an AI to just summarize this shit for me because for fuck's sake, I don't have 3 hours to waste on JD Vance.
Right.
But the one thing that I know he said was that the late convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein, had ties to the highest levels of Israeli intelligence. He said he clearly had connections to the highest levels of Israeli intelligence. He clearly had connections to the highest levels of American intelligence, Vance told Joe Rogan. So here's what here's what I've been saying. I told Mark for a while now that I firmly believe that honestly, if it was just sex stuff, I think Donald Trump would let that come out because honest to God, I don't think Donald Trump thinks that his people would hate him that much.
Well, they don't hate him for being a rapist.
Rapist. We know that. We know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because they just refuse to believe it. We
Yeah.
absolutely know that. What I think the actual Epstein files show is that there are ties between Trump and Israel through Jeffrey Epstein that are political in nature. And this is why Trump is willing to spend all of his political capital going to war.
To do the bidding of
That's right.
Israel.
That's
Holy
right.
shit.
That's what I think is that there is. And I know we talked about that Epstein documentary that was on,
Yeah.
I think Netflix or Hulu or whatever.
Yeah.
That actually came out before like the whole whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they bring up is how high up like Netanyahu, they had dinners together and like they were, so it would not at all surprise me if that is what the Epstein files are actually hiding is Donald Trump and Israel and that connection. And that's why we're in this war.
I could see it. Yeah, for
and
sure.
to your fucking point earlier, I absolutely despise the fucking fact that I am being a conspiracy theorist right now, but I can't help it.
Well, and it's because of everything they do to not have to release it.
Oh, I know. Yes, obviously. 100%. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Number one, they have now drained the reflecting pool.
I saw that. I saw that he was mad that they had the audacity to do it during the day. I guess he thought that they were going to do it at night under Klieg lights. I don't have any idea. He's livid that they did it during the day, and now it's just sitting there ugly and gross. Yeah, I guess he was raging in the White House about it.
I know that they put up a big fence, and so a reporter to get a picture of it said he had to go to the top of the Washington Memorial in order to be able to get a picture and to look at the pool. But he's like, at least from where his vantage point was, there was no gash. Of course, there's been no reports of anyone coming out and saying, yep, there was a gash.
Right.
The color of the reflecting pool is now gray. It's no longer blue. So clearly like it's like the blue is gone. There is no blue left. They said there was a, so Interior Secretary Doug Burgum came out and said that after the water is drained and debris is cleaned up from Independence Day fireworks, the plan for the pool is to repair the vandalism that was done and then fill it back up again.
And they're just going to keep saying that because because they don't want to talk about the no bid contract that was millions of dollars to his buddy that ran a pool company that fucked this up because he didn't know what he was doing. And they half-assed it like they half-ass everything else.
Like they half-ass every fucking thing.
And so they're just
else.
wasting our taxpayer dollars on all this shit.
Yes. And there have been some pictures that have been released that kind of show that you can see the tire marks on the bottom of the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have not seen those confirmed yet by a reputable news outlet. I don't know if you have or not, but I have not seen that yet. And so I don't want to say for sure it's been reported, but I'm hearing rumors that the several ton vehicles driving across the reflecting pool is not.
Why would you ever think that was a good idea?
I don't know. You got to be
just
real
because
fucking
President
dumb.
Kankles can't fucking walk doesn't mean you drive the goddamn beast onto the reflecting pool.
No shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. To your point, if you can't walk, get yourself a fucking go-kart. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Get a goddamn jazzy.
Yes. Yes.
What the fuck are we doing? Like, Jesus Christ. Or just stay the fuck home. Nobody needed your ass at the reflecting pool while they're trying to do work to begin with, you fucking moron. But you don't have enough to do. You're fucking rambling around the White House bored because you don't have enough to do.
That's right. That's right.
Because and what you need to be focused on, you're refusing to focus on.
That's right. You're not going to focus on that anyway. Okay. So clearly the reflecting pool is not going well for him. You started to tell me and then decide I wanted this to be a surprise about the Freedom Fuel gas.
Yes, the Freedom Fuel gas stations. You don't know
Tell
about
me,
these?
I
Oh my
don't.
God.
Tell me
Okay.
what this is about.
I started seeing it on social media. So I got a news reporting from ABC News because I wanted to make sure that this wasn't like AI, because
Good.
I feel like such a boomer that I feel like, is this AI generated? Is this shit real? Like, I just
No,
don't fucking believe anything anymore.
no, you're absolutely right.
So earlier this month, as in like right after the 4th of July, he
Mm-hmm.
praised a very smart retailer called the Freedom Fuel Network in the Philly area for voluntarily lowering the price of gas to $3.47 a gallon in Philly, undercutting the state average by 50 cents. While the network lists 25 gas stations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey, a review of public records found scant information about the Freedom Fuel Network, and industry analysts have raised doubts that the stations could profitably sell fuel at that price point, with one expert describing the business model as jumping off a cliff. Trump is leading the charge to lower gas prices this summer, putting more money in your pockets, the White House said on social media, saying that the gas stations are lowering the price of the pump to $3.47 for our 47th president. According to industry data reviewed by ABC News, selling gas at that price point under the current market conditions would likely eliminate any profit and potentially cost the 25 participating stations a total of more than $250,000 a month.
Of course. Of
The Freedom Fuel,
course.
this is what kills me. The Freedom Fuel Network has not publicly disclosed its business strategy, and two major petroleum companies have distanced themselves from the White House promoted operation. A
Mm.
White House official told ABC News that Freedom Fuel Network is a private company not associated with the president, that it's simply reducing their margin to make prices at the pump more affordable for drivers in Philadelphia and New Jersey. The administration is not involved in the company, nor has the administration given the company any funding. There is no other entity or person subsidizing the lower gasoline costs, the official said. They love the USA. So he's supporting Freedom Fuel Network. And it's, and this for me, I'm like, right, because his boys are involved.
Sure.
They have not. So this is the other thing about it. So yeah, on July 3rd, he twatted out that the Freedom Fuel Network would be lowering gas prices at 25 Freedom Fuel stations across the greater Philly area. And then, according to the U.S. Trademark Office website, the Freedom Fuel Network lists its physical address as an office building in Delaware that serves as a registered agent for hundreds of thousands of businesses. The application says the company operates automotive service stations and convenience stores. They were not authorized to disclose any information regarding the matter beyond what is located in the public database. Nobody knows who owns this company, who's running this company, who's affiliated with it.
Well,
Nothing.
so Politico is saying now that it says a pair of New Jersey businessmen, including NFL and assistant coach with connections to the Republican politics, formed the mysterious network of gas stations, according to
Interesting.
Politico.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
right
says,
now, sorry, go ahead.
no, that's
Sorry.
fine. It says it's Baltimore Ravens senior special teams coach Randy Brown and former commodities trader Yoni Gontownick. They said that they signed the certificate of formation to incorporate the Freedom Fuels Network LLC on June 23rd. But to your point, like in this article, it talks about how like they're affiliated with someone else and they've been in all the sorts of lawsuits and blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah. I mean, the price of gas, the average price of gas in New Jersey right now is $3.91.
oh, good
And they're
Lord.
selling it for $3.47. And in this news article, they interviewed somebody who owns a gas station like across the street or down the street or something from one of these Freedom Fuels. And he's like, they're going to put me out of business because they're undercutting every other gas station around because they can. And clearly, how are they not worried about making a profit? He's like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not out here price gouging anybody, but like, I can't lower the price of gas to $3.47 because of what it's costing me to purchase it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And they're
because right now
talking,
it's at $85 a barrel.
yeah, and they're talking about how this price is similar to what Costco's in Jersey and Philly are charging for gas, but Costco gets it is able to
Yeah,
sell
they
it so
get a
cheap
membership
because of
fee.
because they get a membership fee and the literal amount of volume that they're buying
Mm.
across the nation.
Oh, yeah.
There's 25 Freedom Fuel gas stations.
Yeah.
How are they able to sell it so cheap? What is going on?
Well, I mean,
It's a
obviously,
fucking grift.
that's right. It's a fucking
And
grift.
the goddamn pictures of these gas stations, it's so disgusting. Like they literally look like a goddamn MAGA merch store on steroids.
Ah.
It's just, yeah. Yeah.
Like
But this is the thing, right? People are so desperate because shit is so expensive now. If they have the option of going to these Freedom Fuel gas stations, they will because it's
yeah,
cheaper.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Oh
I
yeah.
can't fault them for that. I
No.
get it.
Yeah.
But this is all those things about like follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the
Oh yeah.
money.
That's insanity.
Mm-hmm. Freedom
Oh
Fuel.
God.
Freedom
Well,
Fuel.
speaking of follow the money,
Mm-hmm.
so Trump is supposedly speaking tonight.
Oh God.
And I've
Yes.
heard that most of the major networks are not picking up on his
Thank
speech.
God.
Like, I know, which I like. I put this on my list, my very long list of things I'm definitely not doing tonight. But this is right at the
Oh
top
yeah.
of it, right? Is watching this
Yes.
this
Yes.
speech. Caroline Leavitt came out today and said that he definitely will likely be talking about voter fraud. And so, what's interesting to me? So she came out and she said, "I think all Americans, Democrat, Republican, should agree that we are the greatest country in the history of the world. We should have the safest and most secure elections in the history of the world. And what the president will be speaking about tonight will show you that perhaps that is not the case. And we need to make some adjustments moving forward, including the Save America Act." Okay, so we know we've been reporting out on the Save America Act
Yeah.
for over a year. It's the thing that will require not a real ID, which I can't believe not even a real ID would qualify,
Right.
but not a real ID. It will require a birth certificate or passport in order for you to be able to vote. They say that like I think a passport, the minimum amount you spend on that is $165.
Mm-hmm.
A birth certificate, to get a copy of a birth certificate, can be $10 to $30 depending on the county that you're buying it in. And there are even some like naturalization records that if you were trying to get a hold of are in the thousands of dollars. So like it's a big deal to make sure that you
Yeah.
have a passport or a birth certificate to be able to
fucking vote.
vote. But to your point, the thing that so I guess reporters were pressing Caroline Leavitt today on why does Donald Trump just not give up about the 2020 election? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's investigated it over and over. Courts have struck it down over and over. He's
Yes.
never had any proof. No one has ever, 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 ever come up with proof that has said these elections are stolen. So the conspiracy theory for tonight is that the DOJ is declassifying reports about foreign government interference in elections that Donald Trump will use tonight to prove that our elections are not safe.
Foreign
Just a reminder, the
interference.
SAVE Act does nothing
That's right.
to address foreign interference.
Mm-hmm.
But the rumor is that the DOJ is going to give Donald Trump declassified information in order for him to prove that our elections are not
And
safe.
I would also like to remind everyone that this is the same man who egged Russia on to find the Hillary Clinton emails and to help him out in the
help him out in 2016.
In 2016.
Like, in my mind, the only thing this will do is and so I'm hoping this is as unhinged a plan as I think it might be.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. Like maybe it's fine, but I really, because I'm hearing that there's a lot of noise in the White House about whether or not these documents should be declassified or not. And I'm like really curious as if what these documents show is that Russia interfered with our 2016 election to get him elected. And this is his proof that our elections are not safe.
Well, and I had read something about how he was potentially going to declare Ossoff and Warnock in Georgia as illegitimate wins from 2020 because, you know, Georgia wouldn't give him the votes that he needed, wouldn't just come up with the votes, and that he was going to try to blame China for the 2020 election shit. But again,
we'll find out.
This has nothing to, like you're saying, the SAVE Act has nothing to do with foreign interference.
Nope. Nothing at all. And of course, this comes after, was it last week or the week before, where he removed the last members of the independent U.S. election?
Yeah.
Commission. So the board that is created specifically to watch over
oversee
elections.
It.
Yes. Exactly. Oversee. I couldn't come up with a fucking word. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oversee elections, make sure that they're done fairly. In the past, it's always been nonpartisan or bipartisan.
Yes.
So like it's always tried to be very fair and overseeing elections. And he has now quietly just gotten rid of the
Rid of
entire
all of it.
fucking board.
Yes, that commission always had to be split up evenly between Democrats and Republicans, and it was created specifically because of the disputed election in 2000.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
that's gone now.
it's gone.
That's gone now.
I mean, I guess technically the way that I was reading about it, it does still exist. There's just nobody on the
No one
board
there.
anymore.
Yeah,
So
there's no one there.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so he's gotten rid of basically all of the members of that oversight board, which I just love that journey for us. There's just absolutely no way that the 2026 elections and then the 2028 elections are going to, he's got to die. He just has to die.
He's going to have to, because I said at work today to one of my bosses, I'm like, I'm worried that tonight's speech is going to be, we're doing X because of the midterms. We're doing something to prevent the midterms, or we're doing something to whatever. And she thinks it's still too early for that because it's only the middle of July.
No,
but
to your point, we're almost at 90 days. Like it is not, this is the time. If in fact,
she thinks it was too early.
Running out of time.
Yeah. She thought it was a little bit too early because she thought that the courts would still have time to step in and prevent him from doing whatever he would try to do if he announced it 4 weeks before the November elections, there wouldn't be enough time there for the courts to interfere.
100%. And I get that, but there's two different types of changes, right? So if there is a change that is at the election level, like they were talking about even with the SAVE Act, that if they were to implement it tomorrow, there's not enough time to get all of the different counties and states to be able to put in the requirements in order for it to be applicable in the midterm election. So as much as like he wants the SAVE Act to be put in place, that we're almost past the point that it is, that they're able to put it in. And so I think to your point, there are certain things that he could announce tonight that would fall into that category.
Yeah.
But then there are other things that, to your point, like a judge could strike down. But with that said, I think Trump would bet on, he says whatever, a federal judge strikes it down, and then the Supreme Court steps in and says, no, that's not the case. Plus, there's really a part of me at this point that is like, does Trump even care about the midterm elections that much?
Oh, true.
The only thing,
or does he say we have to suspend the midterms because this is being litigated in the courts?
Exactly.
So we're just not going to have the midterms. Mm-hmm. No, I think to your point, I don't know that he gives a shit about the midterms, but I know that the GOP is very worried about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he's stepping 100%. On his dick and their dicks all over the place. Oh. And that's what they're worried about.
Of course, 100%. So the one thing that I will say that happened this week is the passing of the Sunshine Protection Bill. I bring this up not because it's super political, but because it's actually like one of those things that I think most people are excited about. Mm-hmm. The Sunshine Protection Act would basically make daylight savings time permanent nationwide. I guess the Senate approved a similar bill in 2022, but the House didn't pass it. In this case, now the House has passed it, and so now it goes to the Senate to approve it. And if they sign it, then it'll go in front of the president. It would give everybody more evening sunlight, but of course, it would make the mornings darker. A lot of people that oppose it say we already tried it in the early 70s, and it caused more wrecks, and it was not as safe for kids that walk to school. And a lot of people are saying, well, that was the 70s. Nobody walks to school these days. So
right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And I personally would love the extra sunlight in the evening. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So if they can actually get this passed, it would be one thing that this congressional body was able to get
able to get done. Yes.
Okay.
And the housing bill did become law.
Yeah.
He refused to sign it, but they did get it. It did become law. So that happened.
There you go. Okay. And you have one other Donald Trump tidbit that you were going to share tonight.
I do. So remember last podcast when I said I took one for the team and I watched Story Time with the second lady?
Yes.
Okay. I watched it again, even though I said I was never going to watch it again because it was so painful. Because this time it was with Donald Trump.
Oh, God.
Okay. I want you to know that this was the most painful 13 minutes of my fucking goddamn life.
I really do. I do really appreciate you taking one for the team, my love. I really do.
I literally typed everything verbatim as it was being said.
No.
I'll read it much faster than it happens in the 13 minutes. But first and foremost, I just want you guys to know that I was struck. So she has a studio, right? And when JD Vance came and read with her, they were in her studio.
Yeah.
She went to the White House. They were reading in the Oval Office. I'm using the word reading lightly here because that's not what occurred. But the Oval Office is so fucking tacky looking.
Yeah.
It's so tacky. Like seeing it up close while they're sitting there together. I'm like, I hope all this plasticky looking gold shit that's on the walls, I hope it's just up there with command strips and it's super fucking easy to take off. Because I saw somebody online say the White House now looks like a Thai restaurant because of all the shit that's outside the West Wing, you know, on the portico and all that. I'm like, it's so fucking tacky. And now we've got scaffolding up around the columns out in front of the White House because he's like, it's the worst.
Yes.
So, and I also want everyone to know he didn't read the book. The man looked at the pictures and talked about the pictures.
No, he did not.
Yes, because famously, he doesn't read. So this is what's great. Okay, so it starts out with Usha asking him to tell the children that are not present, right? Just that are allegedly watching this video, which I'd love to know how many people are actually watching it besides me.
I know. I didn't even know this existed until you told me about it.
Yeah. So she asked him to tell them what makes the Oval Office special. Okay. This is literally what he said. You ready? It's the Oval, built around 1900, the most powerful piece of real estate in the world. Her husband's been a great VP, even under times of great stress. The Oval basically represents the president and hasn't been used for such a purpose as this, I don't believe. That's how he explained the Oval Office. Yes, that's how Trump explained the Oval Office to these children.
Oh my
that are allegedly watching this video. Then she asked him, this shit cracked me up. Does he have time to read for fun? He said, I mostly read newspapers and mostly about myself. That's how he answered the question. Okay. So she then says, can you tell us what book you brought today? He says, I brought a special book made by the White House Preservation Association. President's Play, Let's Visit the White House. So the book is about all these different presidents and the things that they did to have fun, exercise and do, you know, fun sporting activities, whatever. Okay. Then he starts talking randomly about Run, Spot, Run. We had Run, Spot, Run when I was growing up. Okay. Got it. Most of us remember those primers. I remember reading Dick and Sally and all that. Right. You know what I mean?
Okay, 1940s. Love it. Great.
Right.
Okay, Run, Spot, Run. Yeah.
Kids today, Riley did not read those kind of primers. Like that shit was that. No, she didn't read those.
No.
So he starts randomly just flipping through the book. I think he was randomly flipping through it. It didn't go in any kind of chronological order of presidents. You know what I mean? So so here we go. LBJ and Reagan, two very different types of presidents. All the presidents work hard here, but sometimes they take a break to work out. He's ad-libbing this. He's not reading this. This is literally, I'm reading this to you as he is saying it. He's literally ad-libbing it. Some were in better shape than others. Reagan was in great shape. Reagan was a high quality person. You looked up to him. He was good looking, highly respected. President Truman took walks, although DC is safer now. And she starts talking about how her and JD Vance like to go walking and whatever. Yeah. Bill Clinton ran on a special jogging track. I didn't even know that until recently. I don't see myself doing that. He was a nice guy. I liked him a lot. Lincoln rode horses. He liked riding horses. I would like to ride horses too, but when you fall off, it's not good. This is all stream of consciousness shit, girl. This is how it's going. Nice old horse.
This is how he talks, though. This is how he talks.
Yes. Nice old horse that's extremely slow and lazy. Okay. Father and son Bushes like to pitch horseshoes. Adams like to swim in the Tiber Creek, which I don't know if it exists anymore, but I think based on this picture, we're building the ballroom on top of it. Okay. An indoor pool for FDR that is now the press room. He had 4 terms. He was respected on the liberal side. FDR was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of him, they made it 2 terms. Ford was a pretty good athlete, football player for Michigan, which I didn't fact check that, so I don't know if it's true or not. An outdoor pool was built for him. I'm too busy for swimming. I haven't had a swimsuit in a long time. Okay. Kennedy was a great guy. Second most good-looking president, they say. He liked to sail.
Ugh.
Grover Cleveland relaxed by fishing. Two-term like me with an in-betweener. Being a two-term president is sort of important, I think. Okay.
Okay.
Nixon liked bowling. He spent a lot of time fighting to stay in office. A lot of people got him into trouble. And I guess he got himself into trouble. Girl, this is what I'm saying. Teddy Roosevelt liked jujitsu. He was sort of an athlete. Carter liked tennis. He had a hard time as president.
Teddy Roosevelt was sort of an athlete?
An athlete.
Oh my God.
Barack Hussein Obama played basketball on the same court Carter played tennis on. Here's a picture of each on the same court. I don't know if he was a good basketball player, but I doubt it. His favorite sport is golf, but he won't be in the Masters anytime soon. Eisenhower was a better president than he was given credit for. Listen to this. He gave us the interstate system, and he was a good, maybe some say great, general. He was in the war, ran for president, and won. He liked golf. He would play every day if he could. The putting green is right outside. I've never used it. I don't want to be seen putting at the White House. I want to be seen working at the White House.
So what the fuck was the UFC fight, you dumbass? Oh my God.
Yes. Hoover made up a game called Hoover Ball that worked out better for him than the economy. He was the president during the Depression. Many presidents like Trump invite winning teams to the White House because that's what's talked about for him, because the man doesn't do anything. So in the book, he's gotten to this part now is where he's gotten to him. And it just talks about how Trump invites the winning teams to the White House. So it says many presidents like Trump invite winning teams to the White House. Then he just starts randomly talking about the ball teams that he's invited to the White House. Then he starts talking about Taft throws out the first pitch at baseball. He was a very large man who loved baseball, loved hot dogs. He was our heaviest president. And I have to be careful because I don't want to supersede his record. Keep yourself in good shape. Like you, Usha, you're in such great shape.
Oh my God.
In closing, this is what he says. In closing, when they're not playing sports, they like to watch sports. Maybe I should invite some of them to come watch the football game with me. Wouldn't the press go wild? He's like, here's a book, White House Historical Association. They did a lovely job on this book. I'm doing this for a great second lady. She's been so popular around the White House. Everyone loves you. It's a great honor. That was him allegedly reading a book to children. For 13 fucking minutes. Oh, then she asked him, any advice for kids on celebrating our country on the 4th of July? He said, we have a great country. It's a little bit on a ledge right now. It can go one way or another. You understand that. But we're going to make it go the other way and make it better than ever before. Very important day for our country. We're going to have a great time. This is so good. We love our children. They're our most important people. And that goes along with teachers and everyone else who makes a perfect person and the parents of children. So many people go into making someone good and sound. As we do away with SNAP benefits, as we do away with Medicare, as we do away with Medicaid, as we cut teacher funding, as we cut the Department of Education. But yeah, you love children. Got it.
Nicole, it takes a village.
It really does.
Come on.
And they have turned off your ability to comment on her videos.
Are there any comments on there?
No, you can't comment at all.
Oh,
and you couldn't on the one with JD Vance either. So I'm assuming that they
just turn them off altogether.
Yeah. So I realized that took me a little bit longer to get through, but I fucking couldn't believe it. When I realized that she had done one with him, I'm like, oh, this shit has got to be comical. And it was.
Yeah, that was amusing. That was quite amusing. That's almost good enough to be our happy ending. With that said, I will say, I know we teased some information on some Texas schools last week that we didn't have time to bring up tonight. We've got the Todd Blanche confirmation hearings that I know we have some info on. And it's another week in America and 2 more ICE shootings that happened last week.
2 more people dead.
2 more people dead at the hands of our own ICE.
Illegitimate police force.
That's right. Our illegitimate police force who also should not be police officers. So hopefully if we can find some time in our next podcast, we'll talk a little bit about that. But at the end of the day, just keeping aware that ICE is still out there and still absolutely causing
mass murdering people.
Exactly.
And it is still not a crime worth dying for to be in this country illegal. Still a misdemeanor. This is
and even a misdemeanor for jaywalking. This is literally just a reminder that imagine if the police stopped you for speeding and you got shot in the fucking face. Just
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
And I want everyone to remember that fleeing an officer does not mean you deserve to die.
No. There is nothing on the planet that means you deserve to die. Yeah. So anyway. Okay. Yes. But with that said,
you want your happy ending?
I want my happy ending. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is coming from Michigan, Lowell, Michigan. So her name is Alyssa Curtis. So on any given day, the trunk of her car is filled with an assortment of household items as she drives to spots around the area from her home in Lowell, Michigan. She said, I'm usually stocking my pantry every day. I'll throw stuff out there. Every other day, I'll do a big restock. So she is the founder of the Shame Free Collective, a nonprofit that operates pantries stocked with food, hygiene, and baby care items for people to take without payment or judgment. Aww. She said, I usually try to get to most of the pantries once a week to drop off a huge load. And they're so freaking cute. There's pictures of them on the Today Show's website. They're so cute. She's like, each pantry has a host who helps keep it running. If we have extra food or hygiene items, I restock the pantries where the need is greatest or where a host is asked for extra support. She is the sole and currently unpaid employee of the Shame Free Collective. So in addition to raising 4 daughters and 1 son with her husband, she handles her own admin, marketing, mail, and everything else at the office, posting frequently on social media about the journey. She said, it's neighbors helping neighbors. No one should go home to empty cupboards. So viewers' donations range from packs of Midol, dog food and cereal, to vegetable oil, creamer, coffee creamer, diapers, baby cream, all that stuff. Microwave-ready meals in a cup are awesome for people who live without homes or in their cars because they can just take them right to a gas station to get hot water and use like a microwave. Yeah. Things like beef jerky and nuts or protein, help fill the belly. Right now, they're having lots of demand for water and Gatorade and feminine hygiene products.
Oh, so the water and Gatorade doesn't surprise me with the heat wave that we're going through. Yeah.
She said the idea for the Shame Free Collective was born out of the previous content she was posting, which was quite different a year ago. She said, I was monetized for cooking content and it didn't sit right with my spirit when there was so much struggle around us. So she had set up her first food pantry and she started filming her pantry restocks. And people started asking, like, how can I start this? How did you get started? So she became an approved 503C in May. And she now has 20 pantries.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So she said everyone is strapped by capitalism. There's more and more people struggling to keep their kids fed, but it's also because she grew up going to food pantries weekly. So she saw firsthand the lack of dignity and quality of items that were provided to feed her family when she was a kid.
Wow.
And so because of the SNAP benefits being cut, she started seeing people on Facebook looking for food for their families. And that's why her and her kids started doing it.
Yeah. So I joined a group, Mark and I are both on GLP-1s. Neither of us are, we both are fine with eating leftovers, but at the end of the day, the amount of food that we cook, we can never consume. And the number of people, so I joined a Facebook group that's like, if you have leftovers, it's like so like if we do extra spaghetti, I might throw half of it into a Ziploc bag and say, hey, I've got, spaghetti, whatever. The number of posts have gone up so much in this group, to your point, and I've got to believe it's because like SNAP benefits are being cut, and
people are having to choose between how they're going to feed their kids and how they're going to keep a roof over their kids' fucking heads.
Well, and to your point, like a lot of those things are things that you don't think about. So you think about food pantries and there are food, things like feminine hygiene products and Midol and
baby formula
and like Pam spray and shit like that. Those are things that are staples that you don't think about. Oh, I need to make sure that I'm donating those things. So that's awesome that she's doing that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So that's your happy ending.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed that. And to all of you that are watching, we're hoping that you are staying safe this summer, staying cool. My kid just got back from a trip where they did not have air conditioning and he is dying. So he was very glad to be home where there's some air conditioning. So hopefully all of you are able to stay cool and stay out of this heat. With that said,
wait a minute. I have the information on his speech tonight. Do you want me to share it really quick?
Okay.
Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. He claimed the material shows that the election system is dangerously exposed to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you. He said China carried out what he described as the largest compromise of election data in history beginning during the 2020 election cycle. He also spoke about alleged Chinese interference dating back to 2019 when he was already president. According to Trump, China's goal was to undermine public confidence in him. They focused on undermining confidence in the US president. He said they wanted to just want you sound like your president wasn't so hot when actually your president has done a great job. He then claimed that dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election activities were kept out of his presidential briefings, which we all know he doesn't read anyway.
No.
There were briefings
he only reads newspapers about himself.
There were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out. In other words, he's alleging that a massive foreign interference scandal unfolded inside the government, the White House, while he was president, and that his own intelligence agencies kept him in the dark about it. Trump also claimed that burn bags from the Obama administration had been discovered. He suggested they contained highly incriminating material, but did not explain what that material was or provide evidence supporting the allegation. He's now calling on the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, Bill Pulte, the Justice Department, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate the alleged concealment. Today, I'm asking them to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges if appropriate. He also claimed that dead people remain active on voter rolls and described the election system as fundamentally indefensible. He said newly released documents show the CIA received reporting about a plot intended to benefit Maduro's government in Venezuela, and which we haven't talked to. Who's heard about that fucker since we took him out of his country? He argued the intelligence demonstrated the need for urgent action to prevent the American election system from being hacked or compromised like it was in the past. Yeah. Yeah. We're laying the groundwork.
100%. We've known that. Like, we're laying the groundwork. There's no doubt there.
So sorry. Anyway. I know now we're way over, but like I just got it. Right. And I was like, oh, Jesus.
No, that's good. Okay. Well, with that said, that's probably going to be a central topic that we have for our next podcast. Again, we are in the summer months, so we won't be filming next week. It'll be the week after.
Yeah.
I am out of town that week. So Nicole, you and I will just have to get together and figure out what day we're going to record, but we will get something out hopefully that week. But with that said, we hope you all have a fabulous weekend. We love you.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.